Very rarely do I ever get annoyed with some video I find on YouTube, and this week it is a video from Crash Course about immigration. As you know, because probably most of the people who are listening now are already subscribed to Crash Course, it is a scientific channel and one of the most popular on YouTube, as it has like 4.5 million subscribers. And as everyone who is into politics and stuff already knows, SciShow is a very left-wing biased channel. Most of the stuff you can find on a typical regressive left blog, some of those things you can also find on Crash Course and their channel. And that is not usually a problem, because dealing with literature or social problems or whatever is not really my cup of tea, and you can't fabricate up real evidence to support your idiotic claims. But this video particularly has a big impact on me, as I have seen the video, and one of the things you will see in the video is that all of the claims in the video, I'm not here to debunk those claims, because I really am not an economist, or did they commit some sources in the video or whatever. There were a lot of claims in the video and zero sources for the video, so I won't really try to debunk what they said, because I am not, as I say, not an economist, and do not really have a time to find out 200 claims and the sources for them, because, well, fuck me if I know what they used as a source. But I will try to not only play devil's advocate, and say it is completely the opposite, but not only completely opposite, but bad in some cases. Let's start. First, the one of the first things I have to collaborate on is this. There is a claim that if we removed all restrictions on immigration and any immigration standards, the workforce of the world will double. Now, I'm not denying that that may be true, but there is a side quest, let's say, on it. Let's guess how many countries would have their workforce doubled. Will it be Nigeria? Probably not. Will it be Democratic Republic of the Congo? Probably not. Will it be Algeria? Probably not. Will it be Egypt? Probably not. If there were no restrictions on immigration, the workforce of the world may double, but it will double in 20 to 30 countries, I predict. Mostly in the West, USA, Canada, France, Germany, UK, Italy, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Austria, the Gulf states, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, countries that are rich and that have jobs, and the effect of that Africa would practically be empty, the Middle East would practically be empty. Every country that is poor in the world would become empty within 5 years. That is like my prediction. I'm not claiming that would be the case, but my prediction is that if you remove any immigration restrictions, that whole of Africa would be emptied in a few years, and then the West would be overflowed with workers who, in some of the best cases, you cannot really make them work in fields that are necessary for the country. And not only that, but the social problems will be fucking enormous. So that is the first point I wanted to address, because it was one of the biggest issues I had with this video. You're not taking into account that you can take 5 million people from undeveloped countries, but you're not helping those undeveloped countries. You are helping those 5 million people. That is at least what the media says. But let's be honest. Those 5 million people are not helping even them. They're helping the corporations that are employing those 5 million people, and you're leaving countries with almost without all of their skilled workers and laborers and everything, because you can guess, people who can afford higher education in Africa are probably the people who can afford to immigrate to Europe. But if you leave countries in Africa without any higher education, people who have higher education, you will have again the scenario of the Democratic Republic of Congo when they got their independence, where on 16 million people there were like, you know what, 24 people who had completed college with more than 3 years. You'll have that situation again if you let uncontrolled immigration. You will have countries like Congo where we could have 80 million people who can't read or write, and you have 13 people who have finished college, and like, I don't know, few thousand people who have complete high school. And if you remove any immigration restrictions, all of those people will emigrate to the US or Canada or whatever, and again leave Congo without any skilled workers or engineers or whatever. That is a great problem, and it's not even taking into account all of the social problems that uncontrolled immigration causes today. A lot of people say, well, you do not have any evidence that in America immigrants commit crime, blah 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 blah. Maybe it is true, but let's look at Europe. USA is not the center of the world. The story about Sweden, I don't really have to say, except for the rape and the crimes, committed by immigrants. Oslo, I think is 2014, when 100% of the rapes in Oslo were committed by Islamic immigrants. So, really, if you say there is no evidence, you are really stupid. There are evidence, but you are just cherry picking the evidence so it fits you. And that is the most irritating thing about this video, is it, yes, it does speak only in economic terms, but the economic terms are assuming that everyone in every country on the globe, the people are the same, that there are no social differences, there are no societal differences, there are no cultural differences. Yes, if all the world was homogeneous all over the planet, you wouldn't, not racially homogeneous, but culturally homogeneous, that one culture just, you wouldn't have a problem with immigration. Then I wouldn't have a problem with immigration. But the problem is that there are differences in cultures around the world, and this video completely disregards any difference between people who are immigrating and who are in those countries with which the immigrants are coming to. And yes, you could have economic growth or growth of the population, completely true, and growth of the population also causes GDP growth, but if you have social unrest, there is no amount of immigration that will solve it. Just look at Greece. They had predicted an economic growth of about 2% this year, but the amount of money that was taken from the budget to fund the immigrants who are coming to Greece have plummeted that number back to zero. For that I do have a source, and I will put it in the description of the video with the link of this video from Crash Course. And immigration does have serious negative also economic problems. Yes, immigrants as a whole are a benefit for the economy, but if an average immigrant is 5 years unemployed or taking benefits or whatever, like in Sweden, the average immigrant doesn't work for 5 to 7 years. From 5 to 7 years you have to take care of those immigrants as the state. And the major problem with all of this is that most of the people say, well, that doesn't really count, that it's just a small percent or whatever. Yes, but the cost of an average immigrant opposed to a Swedish citizen in welfare is huge. The Swedish citizen does not get free dental care or whatever, or of what the quote-unquote refugees are getting. So yes, that is my small rant of 10 minutes about this video, and I will put it in the description, and so you can really see what kind of political bias runs in Crash Course.